Hello, internet friends. This is Yosemite National Park in the Sierra Mountain Range in California. And you could see one prominent feature here, and that is Halfdome. From this angle, high in the Sierra, it looks almost innocuous, although you don't really it looks very bizarre, but you still kind of think it could be a natural structure. President Obama visited Yosemite with his family. There he is waving. And there is the United States Marine Corps helicopter into Yosemite Valley. They landed, and it kind of makes you wonder, well, maybe that was a landing site for a lot of things at some point. Perfect for landing. So when the sun hit Halfdome, when the president was there, it looks interesting, the shot, like the sun is pointing at something or being reflected like Archimedes' parabolic mirror or something. It looks very interesting. So when you go hiking up there in Yosemite, you find out. So conventional wisdom is that a glacier came in and carved out Yosemite Valley, and that's basically the mainstream theory of it. It's been that way since John Muir convinced the geology professor of the University of California in the early 1900s that it was done by a glacier instead of a natural disaster. The theory at the time was that a natural disaster had shaped Yosemite Valley, and they convinced the first president of the University of California that it was glaciers. So it's really not that cut and dry that it was done by glaciers. And you look at this and you're saying to yourself, really? A glacier did this? Where are the missing parts of the rocks? Carried away by the river? So that's what you ask yourself when you're here. I don't think it's absolutely certain that glaciers did this, but maybe. Okay, here we go with Google Earth. We're gonna type in Halfdome. And here we go. So this Halfdome obviously looks like a parabola. When you go through here, this looks like a catch basin for a gold sluice box. There's water coming out of it. There's a lot of sediment behind this, and some dried riverbeds. And it looks like some of these rivers have been diverted, and some have been flowing massively at some time, and sometimes the flow is smaller. So when you go down into this view, this looks like it's been cut with a serrated automatic bread knife. Like a chunk's been taken out of there. They look like there's been more than one attempt to make a parabola on the side of the mountain here. And it even looks like the natural, some of these might have been natural, and they decided this is such like a parabola, let's try to make a real one. So where does this point to? These parabolas, look at that. I mean, you have to think that this is artificial. So this points to a structure in the San Joaquin Valley. Right here. This is the eye. There's a goat head right there. And when this turns into a floodplain or inland sea, this is an island with a goat's head. If you zoom out, this looks like the Egyptian Eye of Ra, the symbol. So there's Halfdome, here's the goat's head, and Sacramento. So some of these half domes point to Sacramento, some of them point to this goat's head right there. So Yosemite is a park in the Sierra Mountains of California, the Sierra Mountain Range, and it leads into 4 rivers, the Sacramento Valley. When they first started discovering Yosemite and how nice of a place it was, behind Bridal Veil Falls they found mummies, and from the ancient peoples that were in there at the site that predate the Native Americans that lived there all the way into the 20th century. So these mummies, this specimen can be found in Ripley's, believe it or not, in Florida. It's not human, although no tests have been made on it.